What's up, everyone? You are watching Cannell Games, and this is episode 18, our final episode of season 3 of this lower league football manager save. We have 2 live commentary matches for you today, both of them cup finals, the Mid-Sussex Junior Cup and the Malins Challenge Cup final. So 2 final performances today, and then we'll have a bit of a season review, who our best performers were, our goal of the season, and the outlook moving forward as we ascend to next Division 6 of the Mid-Sussex Football League into the 19th tier of English football. So we have quite a bit to cover today. Hopefully it won't be too long of an episode, but hopefully you enjoy it nonetheless. Our first matchup of the day, since I don't want to stall whatsoever, we can get to the season review and all that stuff later on. You recall we won the league after defeating Plumpton Athletic 1-0 in our final league game of the season. We now have 2 cup competition matchups. The first one is the Mid-Sussex Junior Cup final with a whole £500 on the line. We are playing Barcombe's B squad. They were in the same division as us last season. And let's just take a quick look at how they've been doing. Well, they're sitting in 6th place. So a middling performance for them, sort of along the lines of how they performed last year, if I remember correctly. They were sort of one of those mid-table teams. So hopefully we should win this one. We are the favorites. You can see fairly heavy favorites too. And then we'll have the East Grinstead Town matchup, which they are from the 6th division. They are sitting in 4th place. They are the C squad of East Grinstead Town. And that should pose a bit more of a challenge with a much larger prize on the line of, I think, £1,380 or something along those lines. Obviously, we missed out on the big prize, which was the Parsons Challenge Cup. But we did get promoted, which was the main thing. And we'll look at finances and all that stuff a little later on. So let's jump right in to our matchup against Barcombe. We've played them 3 times in all. So I guess we've played them once in a cup and then the 2 league matchups last season. We've won all 3, so hopefully we can keep that up, because I'd hate for, them finally to get some vengeance on us in the final matchup. Our starting 11 for today is going to feature not many changes, if any at all, if you've been paying attention to this series thus far this season. We have Nathan Randall and Matthew Clark at the top. These 2 lethal goal scorers have combined for 45 goals and 18 assists across all competitions this season. They've been incredibly impressive as a duo. Elton McKendy is starting to solidify himself as our first choice left side midfielder. He is right-footed and does cut in a little bit. We talked a little bit about him last episode. He's done very well for us in his 11 appearances, 5 in the starting lineup. Joe Harrison is relegated to the bench. He still does well, but he's sort of our bench player at this moment. And Elton McKendy is far more match fit because Joe Harrison has been struggling with injury throughout the season. Ollie Hotchkiss and Reese Hayes are our inside midfield duo, with Connor Martin on the right side, also wearing the captain's armband. Across the back line, we have Lewis Gibson, Ryan Hutchinson, Jack Humphrey, and Logan Jeffs. I don't think this has changed at all at any point this entire season. I think this has been our back 4, game in and game out, and you can see they've all actually played 28 games, including Connor Martin. So they've all played every single game. Matthew Clark as well. They've all played in every single game this season. And that's one of the actual benefits of these lower league saves. At least this lower league. When we get a little bit higher, we're actually going to end up having to play a lot of games in seasons. I've seen some clubs where they play 40 plus, and that's just in the league, whereas we only played 18. So rotating your squad is a lot less important in these lower tiers of England, at least at the moment. And then, of course, Lee Ashton in goal. He's played every game for us this season as well. On the bench, we have Joe Harrison, Christian Hampson. On the right side, Brett Walker as our midfield substitution. And then as our defensive midfield slash center back substitutions, we have Joe Lynch and Jack Lynch. And that's all we're looking at today. No tactical changes for us. We're going to be playing wide, trying to stretch the field a little bit. We're going to close down more and put pressure on the opposition, hopefully force them into some bad turnovers, and then we can hit them with our high tempo and high powered attack. So let's jump right into this one and see how we do in the Mid-Sussex Junior Cup final. Here we are to start our first cup final of this episode and our first cup final of the season. And hopefully we can make it so we at least win the double, and then we will still be in contention for a very illustrious 20th tier treble later on in this episode. Early on, though, Barcombe is holding a bit of possession, scrambling at a chance from well outside the box. That's not going to trouble the keeper whatsoever, and that goes out for a goal kick. Holding possession here, Jeff's over to Reese Hayes, who launches it into the box. Randall flicks it on, but it is wide of the goal. A little bit of a half chance there goes begging, but hopefully we can regroup and sort of put something into a more dangerous area where they can get their feet on it instead of their heads. I don't have the most talented aerial group. We have scored some goals in the air, but I think that's more due to the opposition being lacking rather than our overall dominance in the air. Connor Martin holds the ball, gives it over to Hayes into Hotchkiss. They're moving the ball pretty quickly here. McKendy cuts in onto his right foot. He does like to shoot from distance, despite not having very good attributes. However, he has scored 2 goals from outside the box, and both of them were really impressive, so I haven't had any reason to change his individual instructions to make him shy away from doing that. McKendy plays it into Hayes. He is dispossessed quickly, and it is launched long down the field. Humphrey picks it up and plays it over to Jeffs, and we may have a chance for one final attack in this very boring first half. It's moving along very quickly. McCundy gets it out on the wide side, plays it into the middle to Clark. Clark gives it into Martin. Martin drags it across the goal. Really should have hit the back of the net with that one. That was our clear chance. We still don't have a shot on net, but we have had 2 quality chances, both of which have gone wide. So here goes Randall in on goal. Tough angle, no real support. Matthew Clark was catching up with the play, and that one snatched wide. We're starting to dominate in terms of possession, 57% possession, not a whole lot of fouls, but that takes us to an end of a fairly boring first half. Win the trophy for the fans. How about that? They've been magnificent and deserve success. That's true. They've been with us the whole time. Whereas most of you, I think Hotchkiss has been with us since the beginning. We should actually take a look and see who's been with us since the beginning. I'll probably do a quick commentary on that at some point. And that is played long for a throw-in. We get possession with about 15 seconds into the second half. And hopefully we can find our first goal. Not a whole lot of people here. 65 in attendance, 36 Cannell Independent supporters. So it's good to see a bit of an away group traveling for this cup final. And remember, it is a neutral location, though. So even though Barcombe is the home team, it's not a home location. It's not at their field. So it'd be nice to have more than 65 people. Hopefully we'll have more than that for the Malins Challenge Cup, but we'll see. Hotchkiss carries the ball up, gives it into Randall. Randall plays it out to McKendy. McKendy on his right foot plays it into Hayes. Up to Clark with his back to the goal, gets tackled twice, and eventually gives it up. Davies cuts out in front of Humphrey, plays it over to Collins. Collins probably could have done a through ball in, and that could have been very dangerous, but he takes a shot. Ashton with a clean save. And Barcombe does look a little dangerous on those counterattacks. Jeff's on the wing, plays it into Clark. Clark plays it top of the box to Hayes. Hayes with a rocket into the back of the net, and we are up 1-0 in the 57th minute. It's a good play. Now, that shot wasn't perfect, didn't go right into the corner of the net. The goaltender may have done better with it, but we'll see in the 3D replay here. It did look like he played it with some pace, so struck it with quite a bit of power, and we'll see what that looks like. So here is Jeffs on the wing, plays it into Clark. Clark squares the ball to the top of the box to Hayes. Hayes takes a first touch and then blasts it into the lower left corner of the net. Goaltender might have been able to get a hand on it, but it was hit with quite a bit of pace, and it just beats him to the back of the net there. So we are up 1-0, taking our chance there very well, and that alleviates some of the pressure, some of the nerves that I had, because at a 0-0 game, even though we were dominating possession and the bulk of the chances, we weren't getting any breakaway chances, any clear-cut, we really should score chances, and those are typically the games where all it takes is one chance, and it's often the opposition that gets that one chance that really undoes you. But here's a penalty now. Bevan trips McKendy in the box, and Matthew Clark will get a chance to add a goal of his own to move a little bit closer to catching. You know what? I still don't know who has the most goals this season. I don't know if it's Clark or Randall, but they both have quite a few. But Clark can add to his tally here. He's also had the fortune of being our penalty taker all season long. He has missed a couple, but more often than not, he does hit the back of the net. So let's see if he can do it here. And in the 62nd minute, put us up 2-0 in this cup final. But he shoots it right at the goalkeeper. And that's how he's missed all 3 of his penalties. He either goes right into the top corner where it's impossible to save, or, whoops, misclick there, or he shoots it right at the goaltender, which is unfortunate. But let's make a substitution here. We're into the 72nd minute. I think we're going to bring in Jack Lynch for Hotchkiss as our defensive substitution. See how that works out for us. Just to hold on to this, it is only a 1-goal lead. It would have been nice to have that second goal, obviously. But here's McKendy on the wide. Strings in a pass there to Clark. I don't know how that even got to him. Martin on the side. No one really there. McKendy looks to take a shot. Basically from the exact same spot that he scored that wonder goal a couple weeks ago. Or a couple days ago, I guess, in terms of these episodes. But a couple weeks ago in terms of the game. But it is blocked and goes wide. Jack Lynch throws in a corner, but ball deflects it away. Melbourne can cut it out, and they do have some wide players. If he plays it over there to Russell, Russell does have some space. Could be dangerous on this counterattack, but he snatches at a very ambitious shot from well outside the box, and that's not going to be troubling anybody. I'm going to move Jack Lynch over to as a deep lying playmaker. On a defensive role, we're going to bring in Joe Lynch as a defensive central midfielder and just really shore up our defensive line here and support our center backs with some strong midfield play. Jack Lynch holds the ball, plays it up to Randall. Randall with the ball, should square it over to Martin. Martin flicks it on. That probably would have been better if it was on the ground and to Matthew Clark. But I guess I still can't complain. We're getting the bulk of the chances still. And this should just about do it. We're dwindling time here, and they will not get a final opportunity. We do hold on for the 1-0 victory. A fairly boring cup final, all being said, but we do win the cup in the end. So that does confirm the double upon us. Good performance by the team. Limited their chances to outside the box for the most part. It never looked like we were really in danger of allowing a goal, but it would have been nice to put a few more into the opposing goal rather than sort of just sitting around with that. We did receive 1.68. I thought the prize money was 500. But 1.68 thousand. All right, that's pretty good. At least for our finances. If you take a look, we're up to just under 10,000. It's really tapered off this season. Our balance was a lot higher. But anyway, we've continued our winning tradition. All that's very good. I'm going to jump right ahead to our next matchup, and we can continue with this doubleheader live commentary. And we hope to win our second cup hope to win our second cup of this episode and our third cup since this save began. All right, so nothing too exciting in the days between these matchups. We are now going to jump right into our second cup final, which is against East Grinstead Town's C squad. They are a division above us, so they will be one of our division competitors next season. So let's just show them who's boss right from the start, right? Let's just let them know that they're going to be losing both of our matchups next season and also take the trophy along with us while we're at it, shall we? So we're going to have the exact same lineup as we did in last matchup. We did have a reserve game, so Christian Hampson's actually a little more fit. That's good, because he did play in our reserve game, so that's nice. He's probably not going to play, though, for us. Same 11, so we don't need to waste any time. Let's just jump right back into this one, and hopefully it'll be exciting, unlike the last one, and basically all the games I've shown you this season. They've all been honestly, I feel really bad. They're like the most boring ones. The least scoring, the least amount of like comebacks or twists and turns and cards and all this other stuff. So hopefully we'll have a good one today. But there have been some good ones this season. It's just not when the camera's recording, unfortunately. So to start off, a man named Self had the ball. So a dangerous free kick here. That looked like it was deflected, I think, or that was quite a bit of curl on it. But Ashton saves it cleanly. Just hit right at him. Little bit of a push from East Grinstead to start the match, but we look to be gaining a little bit of control here in the center of the pitch. Hayes knocks it down to Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss plays it back to Hayes. Hayes swings it out wide to McKendy, who plays it long down the sideline. Can Martin get there in time? He does, but he can only drop it back and loses possession to Hoddle. Plays it up to Mills, who launches it forward to Vanderpool, up to Jamak. We do have numbers back to defend, but with some pace there, and Vanderpool probably should have taken several more touches and gone in on goal, but he sort of just snatches at it from outside the box. They have some quick strikers on this team. I will say that. They are fast. So we may have to worry about that. We may have to maybe drop our line back a little bit further, but we'll see if it comes back to, bite us in the ass. It hasn't so far, so let's just hope it goes well. Reese Hayes launches it over the top. Connor Martin squares the ball to Randall. Randall knocks it wide, and this is a very large pitch. I just noticed that. This is a very wide pitch. Or very long pitch, rather. It grayed out the goal there with our match stats table. But Randall just missed a chance there. Vanderpool with the ball again. Plays it back to Mills. Into the middle. Hoddle back to Mills. It's on the wide side. Just sort of playing with those triangular passes. Slowly moving it forward, trying to probe into the box. But our defensive line is doing well to push up and sort of force them back a little bit. Good block there by Martin. Uses his pace to get possession. Hayes plays it all the way down the wing. Randall outpaces the defense with the ball. Snatches at it. I think that was trying to take a shot or... Yeah, okay, that was a shot. I thought that would have been deflected. I don't know why he took that shot. But that ended up really wide there from Randall. which is unfortunate. Cleared off the line by Gibson. That was going in there. Whew. Getting nervous. Still with pressure, though. Cross is blocked in. Mills into the box. Vanderpool with the ball. Gibson clears that out. Gibson has saved us twice there in only a matter of seconds. That's the end of the first half. I think we need to push them a little bit. Don't you? I think we're going to push them. These fans have been... These fans have been fantastic for us. They're the ones who really pay your wages. None of you get paid. None of you get paid at all. We are the favorites. Oh no, Ollie Hotchkiss is stressed. But we are the favorites. Get out there and do it. Do it. You play better. Do things better. Oh, that wasn't a good team talk. I don't like how that one went. I may have just botched this. I may have botched it. Reese Hayes with the ball. Gives it to Hotchkiss. They have to do this one without me. They have to do it without me. I've lost it. Clark with the ball. Plays it into Martin. Is Martin offside? He's not offside, but he puts it across the goal. That's 2 games. 2 games in a row. 2 consecutive matches. Connor Martin's had a chance like that. And he snatched them both wide. Both of them. Do we bring in Hampson? I'm going to consider it. Last game of the season. Do we take off our captain for Hampson? If we don't score here, I'm going to do it. If we don't score here, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I promise. I'm not just saying it. Alright, I'm going to do it. Christian Hampson as an attacking winger. Bring him in. He's only appeared for us a couple times. Vanderpool with the pace, though. Before I can make the substitution, what's going to happen? And he drags it across the net, thankfully. Does have some pace, but Jack Humphrey did a good job sticking with him all the way down the pitch. So Christian Hampson, let's see what you can do. Alright? Wood dispossesses Hutchinson in the middle. They do have numbers. This could be dangerous. Vanderpool all by himself, and he just blasts that into the back of the net. Let's see what we're going to do. That was just, Hutchinson was dispossessed. We didn't have numbers back, and Vanderpool just steps right in, beats him shorts, not even short side, just beats him right through the goalkeeper, but that's hit viciously. I think what we need to do, though, we're going to pause this. I think we need to play a slightly deeper line and play it more direct. And I'm not going to say early crosses. And I may move it to attacking soon. Here goes Vanderpool again, though. McKendy plays it up the line. We don't have numbers there because McKendy's our winger on that side. Randall can put some pressure on him. Forces a bad pass into Hayes. Hayes, why are you shooting? Oh, Hayes, no. Just snatches at his chance, goes over the net. Unfortunate. Hayes knocks it down to Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss with the ball. Plays it over to McKendy. Come on now. McKendy plays up to Clark. With a lot of pace. Doesn't control it very well, but that's okay. Gives it to Randall. Randall plays it back to Hotchkiss. Over to Hayes. I'm getting anxious now. Come on, let's see a goal here. Maybe I was overconfident. Clark with the ball. Snatches it on goal. Cleared away by Easy. Or Ezzy. Or Ease. Or Ez. I'm glad all the players on my team are named Jack. Because I can pronounce them all very, very easily. We're going to move to an attacking. And then if we get to like the 85th minute, we'll go overload. Oh, alright. Nope, we're going to go overload now. Free kick from Mason Jones in the 77th minute. Looks like it hits Ashton right in the hands. And he deflects it in. That guy's already got his head in his hands. He's already realized. Does everyone see him? Who's that? Hayes. He's already, before he even takes the kick, he already knows. He's already given up. He's like, our goalkeeper. He's no Niall Mayer. He's not going to save this. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. They still have the ball. Into the middle. Hutchinson clears it up. Here we go. Come on now. Clark with the ball. Launches it forward. Randall's got the pace. Does he have everything? Oh, come on. Oh, Randall puts it wide. We needed the one. If we had the one goal before the 80th minute, I would have felt we were in a good place. Launches it forward. Atkinson. Smart. Hayes plays up to Clark. Clark, come on now. Clark into Hampson. Hampson, square the ball. Into Randall. Randall heads it into the back of the net. There we go. Randall gets it. Makes up for his earlier miss. And we still got some life. Why are we on attacking? I thought I was on overload, but that's okay. This is working. This is working, right? Hampson, my substitution pays off. Crosses it into Randall, and Randall, Gilchrist, that's his name, gets one hand on it, deflects it into his own net. That's all right. Randall with the finish. Let's keep it up. No more substitutions. We don't have time for this. This is the team that's going to make or break us and send us to extra time. Oh, wow. A vicious shot by McKendy. That would have been nice if that went in, but that was hit with a lot of pace. We'll see what happens. He may stick around next season. Because obviously Joe Harrison's not going to cut it. He played really well for us, but he's getting hurt. He's like 23 now, which is old for this team. Losing it in the middle, we're going to have to go to overload. Overload the ball. I don't like going route one because it just seems like they just hoof it and get... you know what? Let's do it, though. Let's do it. All right? We're going for it. Hotchkiss with the ball. Plays it long. Here we go, Clark. Come on. Come on, Clark. Come on. Maybe these goalies are going to be better. In the 6th division, we're going to need some better strikers. Hutchison flicks it on. Just over the bar on the corner. 3 minutes left. Please, come on now. Reese Hayes, I don't care if you're tired. Man up. You can do it. Hampson knocks it down. Why'd he slow down? Someone must have been holding him. Here's a goal kick. I mean, not a goal kick, a corner kick. The pressure forces it. Here's Hayes. Hayes puts it into the box. McKendy just misses out there. Hotchkiss, a little bit of urgency, please. Hotchkiss gets tackled from behind. This could be a dangerous free kick. Swing this into the box. Let's go, Hotchkiss. Someone get their head on it. And Gilchrist comes out to snag that. We don't have a lot of time left. About a minute to go. Gilchrist launches it long, but Hotchkiss should have that. Knocks it down to Wood. Launched forward. That was silly. What's happening? Get the ball. Run. Do something. Play forward to Jacobs. Jacobs with the ball by himself. Come on now. Get the ball back. Close him down. Hold on to the ball. Now quick. Quick, Ashton. Hoof it, Ashton. We've got a minute. Oh. Hotchkiss loses out the header. Vanderpool has it. We're pressuring them a bit, but we just can't get the ball off them. Oh, we may be running out of time. 40 seconds left. Cleared away by Gibson. Clark gets the ball. Skips down, plays it into the middle. Hayes gets the ball there. Dispossessed by Barnes. Launches it forward to Hutchison. Hutchison plays it forward. Buzo. Oh, Jeffs knocks it forward to Hayes. Last chance. Come on now. Last chance. Jeffs launches it forward to Atkinson. Hotchkiss. Do something with it. McKendy. They didn't do anything with it. Sympathize with them. I don't want to sympathize with them. Oh, we lost. You're unlucky. We did have a ton of chances. 16 shots, 6 on target. They only really had the one and then the free kick. I guess we were unlucky in this one, but Matthew Clark and Nathan Randall combined for 13 goals in this tournament. 13 goals. We only managed 1. Well, this is the team, all right? I don't care if they finished last next season. These guys, East Grinstead, they are our nemesis. Is it nemesis? It would be our nemesis going into next season. I don't know why I said nemesis. I'm an English teacher. I should know better. Oh, that was disappointing. And we don't get anything. We get nothing. Oh, that's disappointing. Well, that does it for this season. I'm going to jump ahead to our final season review, and we'll go over who the players of the year were, what our goal of the year was, because we do have a couple candidates, and then we'll wrap up this episode, and we'll wrap up Season 3 of our Lower League Football Manager save. All right, so here we are with our new overall Best 11. 4 new players have been entered, 3 of them being subs. Jack Humphrey is now alongside Hutchinson. So Gibson, Hutchinson, Humphrey, and Jeffs are all part of our overall Best 11. Good stuff there. Across the middle, Joe Harrison's still there. Reese Hayes, Ollie Hotchkiss, and Connor Martin. With up top, no surprises there. Lee Ashton. Lee Ashton has apparently overtaken Niall Mayer as our first choice goalkeeper, apparently, which is neat. End of season rewards, or awards, rather. Nathan Randall, 76% as the player of the season. I think that's back-to-back seasons. He's been our player of the year. Matthew Clark, 10%. Jack Humphrey, 9%. Goal of the season was Elton McKendy, the one we watched just a couple episodes ago. No, this one might be from even further back, so we'll watch that in just a second. The signing of the season was Lewis Gibson, and our young player of the season for the second consecutive year was Nathan Randall. You can see our team of the year right there, which looks like our overall best 11, doesn't it? Yes, it does, except for Joe Harrison right there. So let's quickly take a look at our goal of the season. I think I know which one this is then. This is not the one I showed you. This one is actually further out and not as impressive, if I'm being entirely honest. So McKendy sort of just lobs this one off the post and in. It's a nice looking goal, but it's not as awesome as the other one, in my opinion. But that's our goal of the season in a 6-1 drubbing of Willingdon Athletic. Looking at our season review, we won the division, we won the Junior Cup, we lost in the first round of the Parsons Challenge Cup, and we lost in the final of the Mallins Challenge Cup. I think our average attendance went up. I think we went up from 7% to 8%, so that's good. So we've gone 1%, 7%, 8%. We used only 20 players this season, which is an all-time low. I think we went from 30-something to the mid-high 20s, now to just 20. We're seeming to find what works, what doesn't work. Our match of the season was taking on Nutley and beating them 4-1, which was nice to see. Beating up on our, previous league rivals. They are now being relegated back to where they belong in the 8th Division. Our disappointing defeat, our only real defeat, aside from the 2 cup defeats, was against Ifield Galaxy, that 2-1 defeat. We will do our team meeting. I'll do that in a little bit. The board is very, very pleased, so that's good, I guess. I wish we won, if I'm being entirely honest. Not many... we had apparently a lot of injuries. Joe Harrison missed 26% of the season, apparently. So quite a bit. So that's why we need to look for an alternative to him. All these other players, for the most part, are players that we didn't really use. Matt Sargent, I guess, is the other big one. He missed 5 weeks in abdominal strain, but he was obviously on the bench for the majority of the season. Nathan Randall did miss a couple weeks with a damaged heel. So that was another big one. Ollie Hotchkiss missed a couple days here and there. That was pretty much it. So our first team was really healthy for the majority of the year, which was good to see. Our training is just, we don't really have the facilities or the people to really get the best out of these players. And then we'll start the preseason. So I'll get to the team meeting on my own. I will get through the off season and then get into the preseason. And before, hopefully this time, I will actually remember to record our season opener. And I will speak to you when we open up our 4th season of this lower league football manager save as we ascend into the 6th division, the 19th tier of English football. So as always, if you enjoyed this video or these episodes or this series that I'm doing, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and don't forget to leave a comment below, and I'll speak to you next time. An interview with East Grinstead Town? No, thank you. We are rivals with your B squad or C squad, but rivals.